If others were to cry my tears, cataracts would be burned into their eyes. My brain bulges against the aneurysm that has been clotting for years now, shoves it against my skull, and I know a blood vessel might pop. "Let it pop," I yell, and I start stomping the floor and flailing my arms in a windmill. "Let it pop." "Sir, I'm going to need you to calm down."
I write this while I'm drowning. I write this while I'm watching a film that makes me physically ill. I write this as I drive down the superhighway to find the garden. I write this out of anxiety from my inbox. I write this in the stony woods, in 100 nameless deserts. I write this out of respect for my miserable bedroom. I write this as a preface to my clock, as the pregnant void in the center of an atom. I write this sitting in a bonfire, as a deranged pantheist, as a bat who refuses to drop bombs, as an anti-particle with zero mass. I write this to delay nirvana. I write this because when has it not been now?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck. How much a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could Chuck Woods woodchuck chuck? If Chuck Woods woodchuck could and woodchuck would. If Chuck Woods woodchuck could and woodchuck would, how much wood could and would Chuck Woods woodchuck chuck? How much ground would a groundhog hog if a groundhog could hog ground? How much dew does dewdrop drop if dewdrops dewdrop dew? How much pot could a pot roast roast if a pot roast could roast pot? How many cookies? How many yaks could a yak yak pack yak. If a yak pack could pack yaks. How many cans can a cannibal nibble? If a cannibal can nibble cans. Can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can you how can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a can you can a can as a can a can a can a can a how much myrtle would a wood turtle hurdle? If a wood turtle could hurdle myrtle. How much myrtle could hurdle myrtle? How much dough would Bob Dole dole if Bob Dole could dole dough? How much dough would Bob Dole dole if Bob Dole could dole dough?
Instead spelled it Y-E-A, as in, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the elevated train, I will not use spell check or fear loneliness, for springtime is upon us, and I will find a skinny girl who listens to Animal Collective and fits into American Apparel leotards without looking like a chimp in a wrestling suit. Yea, I forsake you, soul made of Bed-Stuy, and banish you to 6 more weeks of winter. It was awkward after that.
To be an Earthman. All the Mystic Seven surrounded me, and in unison asked me, "What do you mean by your existence?" And I, a bit dumbfounded and ashamed and confused by the question, pronounced no statement other than, But this seemed to satisfy them, and in their golden splendor that is light, that is escapism of our thinking minds, the darkness and what is more, the womb we came from, the earth, and the forever cosmic sky like the lens to heaven at night, seeing wide open, wide stars, a rhythmic colliding as the whole cosmos comes alive and dances to a tune that nobody knows or hears on earth until they die and realize that it was all for nothing, and that everything was contained in our eyes all along, and in the laughter of a child and in a child's smile on a hot, raw May day, under a tree of which the kind does not matter, as long as it is green and has branches that reach out and expand and seek the light that we see fade and disappear, beyond the sea and the horizon now gone, our sleep, our earth, where we came from, the dream of infinity. And the 7 muses came to me and said, "We liked your answer. The declared to us the uncertainty of time. It was humble and soft and calm, and we appreciate your coming. So, for exchange for your advice and seeing us, we will erase your memory and send you back to Earth, where you can be an Earthman, and be confused by the sparkling liquidity of night and the spiraling nothingness of stars. So you can go back to the Earth and look up at the sky and wonder why." I did not realize it at the time because I had forgotten them and my answer, but I was happy to return and be an Earthman, fumbling and feeling my way through life, rising and falling and always looking up at the sky and wondering why. That everything should be contained in the heart that is love, and not the thing that beats, and that at least on this plane, this sphere of existing, fears and rattled with emotions and toil and boredom, that we should be so removed from this thing that has no existence because all we focus on are those things that we know for certain are there. And I think that is why the Mystic Seven should let me return to being an Earthman, because they knew that I knew that nothing else mattered, that nothing was knowable, and that this should be our greatest relief, our riotous laughter, our first flower of spring, and that all we know for certain is what we cannot know, and that when asked by the 7 muses as to the meaning of your existence, the best answer would always be, or at least some kind of essence of the meaning. I don't know.
There
losing, but believe me when I'm leaving, I'm not afraid of leaving. Lots of people's making babies, but someone's got to feed them. Go tell it on the mountaintop, everyone repeating. None of this, it's not the purchase, the will of God. It's not the churches, the wilderness. It's not the purchase, the will of God. It's not the churches. It's made for men on the moon and hearts are made for breaking, making love is always evil. And it's shameful to be naked. You don't need to be an astronaut if you have imagination. If the money's unforgiving, the law is for the taking. The wilderness is not the purchase, the will of God. It's not the churches, the wilderness. It's not the purchase, the will of God. It's not the churches. There's love that seeks out fortune, there's love that's left behind from the insanity of wisdom, the gravity of time, unwinding the music, there's magic, never mind. Said the statue to the statues that were stationed in a line behind the signs of that abandoned. The language of the plan defined by sultry repetition. The thrill of time, the time when the night falls, the lights call, the stars shine, the night falls, the baseball, the opera, so through strong Cleopatra, the Mahatma, Kali Yuga, Dalai Lama, Martin Luther, Kama Sutra, Adhyosha, Australia, Minnesota, California, Kyoto, Woody Guthrie, Goyate, Miyamoto, Musashi, and Hindi, and Farsi, Italian, and Japanese, the Crescent Moon, the Bandit Jew, the Seven Sons, Seven Seas, the AUP, the WP, the wilderness. It's not the churches, the will of God. It's not the churches, the wilderness. It's not the purchase, the will of God. It's not the churches. I woke up early in the morning, on top of a mountain in the sun. I left the house and in the footsteps, without waking anyone. There was no time to take a picture. There was no mind to say a prayer.
the myth and mystical, this is the myth and mystical, this is the myth. This is the myth and mystical, this is the myth and mystical, this is the myth and mystical, this is the myth. The Cyclops hopped out of the cyclone and he groaned. Seems his lady landlord kicked him out of his home. The beanstalk crops he talked to climbing to the sky couldn't seem to change his lady's mind. He squashed a hawk with his thumb, held his belly looking dumb, used both his ears hearing stereo, but through his mono-optical he laid his eye on Mystical, who was free and finished with his bid. Louisiana State Pen gave his watches back to him, now he's going to keep his own time. Said it's time we had a talk, Cyclops, I got a plan. He flashed a map tatted on the palm of his hand. Yonder mountain against the sky, see it with your giant eye. There is where I'm going, on your back. If we make it safe and sound, I'll pay you pennies pound for pound, barley wine and weed by the sack. The Cyclops blinked and took a second to think. You know his noggin was the size of a nut. I'll carry you, but if you quiet, I'll bury you alive to die. You'll be very quiet and I mean it. Mr. Cow, just from jail, longed to tell of his travails, but knew of gold in yonder mountain. His cellmate had promised him, even laid across upon it, that a bounty on the mount he'd lost and found it. Listen, friend, it's lost again. You'll be out before I am. Finders, keepers, let us make a map. That's how Misty had his tat. His palm is where his heart was at. He shut his yap and took the giant's gambit. This is the myth of mystical. This is the myth of mystical.
Maybe it's time. We did our part. Ocean so close, she's pretty. Cities still sleeping, hummingbird. We could go. Pecan trees and water graves. Say it. I could call you my fence. What's the matter? It's safer. I hear, I know the night. Someone say, back again. Someone say, don't. Good job.
And then like people call me and they expect me to like care about their problems. Like I can hear their little voices on the phone, like their little teeny voices, their little teeny pot voices. And then it was like this, and then I was like that, and I was feeling this, but I don't know. But then I was thinking that, but I don't know if that's right. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Am I a good person? But you know what? Like, I do the exact same thing. I do the exact same thing. It's like everybody's like, I'm a good person. Am I a good person? I'm a good person. Well, I don't know if everyone is doing that because I don't know everyone. I just keep waiting, like, when am I gonna be ready to perform? Like, when am I gonna be enlightened enough so that, like, what I have to say is actually worth listening to? Like, I don't think that is ever gonna happen. Like maybe, but like by the time that happens, I'll just be like a little, I'll just be like a little, just like a little mechanical thing. Like you just push a little button and like out come like all this white light, like blah. Like